Hi guys!
Hola!
Hi. Sorry. So I just jumped into this live, so I'm not sure exactly am I gonna be the one to do the intro or what? I didn't read the. I wasn't able to read the.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
hi. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another after show chat. And tonight we are going to be talking about boys lockdown, and with me are my friends Nico and Lance. Hi, everyone. Say hi.
Hey, aloha.
hey, hey,
Aloha.
hey.
We're hoping the rest of the guys will be able to join us a little bit later on, but we'll see. But for now, I cannot English right now. I guess I'm still
Kinain
recovering
na
from
ba?
the show earlier.
Yeah.
Medyo, no, medyo, right. Again, this is another one of our after show chats. So if any of you guys are watching and expecting us to be live reacting to the show, and we're not going to be watching it here because we've already seen it. It premiered at 8 p.m. earlier. So we're just going to be talking about our thoughts, on the series or on the episode. We have some of our people from Twitter. Hi, Kapono.
Hi,
Aloha.
Kapono.
Thank you for
Aloha.
being here. And I think there are other people as well. So, Kale. Hi, Kale.
Hello, hello. Hi, Kale.
So Kale is a member of the Reactants. Yes. And we also have, I think, Sir Will is also in the chat. Hello, Sir Will. Good evening. And Makoy Koy. Makoy Koy, you should be sleeping already.
Wow.
But
It's,
hey, thank you for dropping by, Makoy Koy. And also Z. Thank you very much, Z, for also dropping by. So Nolan as well. So they're commenting in
hi, Nolan.
on YouTube, right? And funny fact about Nolan, he already saw the episode when it aired last Friday. Was it a few days ago? And there were no subs, so he needed to watch it again tonight so that he can gain a better
Mm.
understanding of what happened. Hey, hey, Makoy Koy. Oh, new profile pic. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. So, yes, again, we're not going to be watching the show in this episode. We're just going to
Mhm.
be talking about our thoughts and our perspectives on it. And just in case you guys want to weigh in and also want to share your thoughts, go ahead and put it in the comments. And we'll be showing that, as you can see. And hopefully, we'll gain some insights from you as well. So, Darren, good evening. Magandang gabi sa iyo. Inuman session na naman ba ito, Darren? Are you keeping us in the background?
Most likely.
Most likely. Ayan. Alright. Okay. So, kumusta kayo guys? Kumusta tayo after watching that show? Were you in the comments? Because I was in the comments in the premiere. I was watching.
I wasn't.
Mhm.
Because I had to do some stuff before, so I had to catch up after that.
Okay. How about you, Nico? Were you there in the premiere itself?
I think you froze.
Ayan. May lag yata si Nico. Ayan. So, dalawa na lang tayo. Lance, matira matibay.
Yes.
Sino? Who will remain? Oh, hi, Nico.
Yun na.
Nico, are you there?
Nico.
So, as you can tell, everyone, we are all
Hey, hello.
experiencing. Hi, yes, we can hear you.
Can you
Yes, we
hear me
can.
now?
Yes, yes. May
Okay,
panawagan ba
okay.
ulit tayo ngayon?
Wait lang. Yes. Am can you hear me like real time now? Okay na
Yes,
ako.
yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Okay,
May
I'm
lag.
so sorry.
Okay.
That was my provider. Messing up with me again. Pasensya na. Okay.
Thank you very much for that.
All right, so I think we're good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we have worse than Buko Wi-Fi, so yeah.
Right. And I saw the live earlier of the peeps from Boys Lockdown with Psycho Milk.
Mhm.
So they
Yeah.
they were also experiencing some internet lags. Like for example, Crystal Paras wasn't there.
Ah,
Oh hi, Lionheart.
okay.
Good evening. So Crystal Paras wasn't there because she wasn't able to connect, I think. Although I did see
Mhm.
her in
Yep.
the chat when the video premiered, so she was able to comment. But I don't think she
Cool.
can turn on her video,
Video.
so she wasn't able to join. Oh,
Cool,
hi,
cool, cool.
Nate. Oh, okay. So Nate is part of the people who did the interview for Psycho Milk. He's part of Psycho Milk. So hi
Oh,
Wow.
Nate.
Hi, Nate.
hi Nate.
Thank you very much for dropping by.
Dropping
By the way,
by.
good live earlier. Well done.
Perfect.
And
Yay.
si
And hi
Kupono saying
Capono.
hi.
Thanks for dropping by
Hi,
too.
Kamono. Aloha.
Yan. So, mag-unpack tayo. Siguro mabilis lang to. It's just gonna be a quick after show chat. It is the first
Yeah.
episode,
Mm.
so we don't have a lot to let's say go over. It's just one episode. So who would
Yep.
like to start?
So we can just probably talk about our like the lighter satisfiers and bars just like the usual. No, for
Okay.
us just to have a structure or something. Yeah. So who wants to
Yeah,
go
but
first?
yeah. Yeah, I think the first one was I finally found. I just like with one topic first. I think the first thing I noticed was the masks with the little dicks were intentional. So that was like a big smile on my
Posted.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I want to ask them why how did you think of
Oh,
those masks,
yun.
diba?
Oh,
Diba?
sabi natin,
Yeah,
with the small dicks or something, parang ganun.
Kent
I
in the live
know.
earlier made a very good point. Like
Yeah.
if you can see the dicks on the mask, you are too
Uh-huh.
close to the person. So
Yep. Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's actually a very smart I don't know way to go about it, right? If you can see the mask, the dicks on the mask, you're too close. So stay away from me, right? Ayan. So, oo nga no, it was also incorporated into the dialogue. So it really wasn't
Yep.
something that was it was just that. It was incorporated into the story. It was even in the conversation between Ethan and Alec, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And since you mentioned the masks, I also like that, and I mentioned this in the group a little bit earlier. I also like that they were showing some safety features, some safety guidelines, because the premise of the
Yeah.
story really is that they are in
Mm-hmm.
an ECQ. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that
Right.
they were able to show, because maybe an international audience would appreciate what or to know how we are actually dealing with the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Mm-hmm.
saw the signages, the
Yep.
arrows, diba? All the masks, nagda-double mask pa nga sila. They were a surgical mask and then the dick
Mm-hmm.
mask on top of it, right? And there were social distancing signages and guidelines. And even at the end of part one of that episode, there was sort of like a shout out, hey, 1 feet apart. Diba? One of the characters mentioned that
Yeah.
earlier. So I really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that because it just basically puts us into that setting that the ACQ is happening. They are in that situation along with everyone else, and hopefully
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
sort of like plays out in the other parts of the series as well. I mean, we
Yeah.
know from the trailer that there was a scene wherein they were together. So I sort of want to see how like they will be explaining how they're keeping themselves safe while being together.
Right.
So then,
Yep.
yeah. How about you, Nico? Initial thoughts.
Well,
Yeah. That point.
before I hear something, I
Yeah.
think
That
Kapoor was
part
saying
there.
something about the aesthetics there.
Aesthetic.
Yeah, he's saying the aesthetics were all like Nolan mentioned after the advanced premiere that the pictures and colors were very appealing to the eye. Yes, I agree on that so
Mm-hmm.
much. It felt like very K drama esque, especially with the mix of the music. It had a very light K drama
Yeah.
effect for me. So I like the coloring. I like how the music played in, and there's also another comment from Kael saying that their eyes speak 1,000 words, and I think that's the
That's
best
true.
way to summarize the whole episode for me.
Actually, right?
Yeah.
So these actors are very, I think they're very expressive in terms of
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
how, di ba? In terms of their eyes nga talaga eh. Parang you can see if they're smiling. You can tell if they're smiling. You can
Mm-mm.
tell if they're sort of like medyo kilig and all of that, right? So I like that they are very versatile in that way. Speaking of the coloring and stuff, I noticed that there was a lot of white as well. Parang there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of parang open space. Parang oh, oh. Are we watching something?
Yeah. Was about to share our video on Facebook. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. No problem. No problem. Wait, thank you for letting me know. No. So I
Yeah.
also like some of the special effects. Like I noticed
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of the text, right? In how they incorporate it into the scene. Like for
Yep.
example, there'll be text here like 2 weeks into lockdown, and then
Mhm.
he would walk, and then the text would appear along with
Right.
the
Yep,
contours
I
of his body,
love that. I
right?
love
So it
that.
was sort of like he was wiping it with his body. And then
Yep,
there was
yep.
another scene wherein it was 3 weeks into lockdown and they were outside the store, and there was also that similar wiping now with Chen Naman, right? And remember in the
Mhm.
opening credits, in the opening sequence, there was a really good, there were really nice overhead shot of Chen biking, and the
Mhm.
boys
Oh
lockdown
yes,
title
yes,
was
yes,
on
yes,
the
yes,
street, was
yes.
on the
That's
street,
right. That's
and
right.
then
That's right.
he it didn't go away. It was just there, and he sort of like passed over it, and I really,
Right,
really
right.
enjoyed that.
I think
It was
Very
props to
true.
very
the editing team, I guess. I think it's
Yeah,
not
post prod.
yes,
usual in post process.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So
that was
post
really,
process
really
production,
nice.
yes.
Right. So
I think
siguro
good,
I
good,
also
good,
wanna.
good, good that Mikey made mention of that. I think it's probably one of my delighters again in terms of production. I think I was really hooked
Mm,
to the two parts of the series. I think that really made me stick to the entire episode rather. So now, aside from that, I think I was kind of like totally surprised. This is a delighter for me. See, Ali
mm,
King, because I believe
yeah.
that has been a vlogger ever since. So I was kind of
Hmm.
not expecting a
Yep.
lot in
Mm,
terms of acting, but he really delivered in this episode. I felt that he was
mm,
more natural in
mm,
terms
Yes.
of acting. So parang naramdaman ko yung character because of him. Hindi siya masyadong pilit. Even the voiceover, the dubbing was really naturally done for me. So I think kudos to Ali King. And
yeah.
Titan also is a delighter for me. I mean, that's expected, right? But it's
Oh
still a
yes,
delighter for
yes,
me.
I know.
We know that he has
Yeah.
a background in theater, so I think really
Yeah.
came through at the end of the day. So yeah, those were like my three delighters.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. For me, yes, the acting is a delighter as well. Oh, let's read from Kopono. I appreciated the mild storyline in the first episode. It wasn't overpowering, trying to get so much in such little time. It didn't punch me in the face and still told a good story. Yeah,
True,
absolutely, right?
true,
Yes.
true.
It's
Yes.
it
Yes.
was like a very very light episode. Like nothing
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm,
heavy,
mm-hmm.
nothing too let's say serious, I would say.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
it actually had a couple of funny moments. One particular
Yeah.
moment that I remember was with regard to Tita Julie.
Ah,
So
yes.
for our for our
May
Filipinos
cameo
in the
talaga
house,
siya dun, no?
right? So for our
With
Filip
Roberto the son.
Roberto.
exactly,
Oh,
right? So for non-Filipinos in the house, Tita Julie was a character in uh, the convenience store, or maybe like a botica. It was a
Yeah, the one
botica,
with
I
the
think.
fan.
Right, the one with
If
a
you
fan,
remember.
and who commented on the masks of the two boys, right?
twinning mask.
And right, so that was her first scene, right? And the second scene was she was talking to the sales lady about a sex toy that her son Roberto had ordered, and the sales lady was commenting that, oh, yeah, he should have picked silicone and whatnot. Now, for those who are non-Filipinos, Tita Julie is a character that was created by a famous TikToker here in the Philippines whose name is McCoy Dubs, right? So that particular character is supposedly a socialite who is a very progressive tita or mother, and she's very consenting of her very promiscuous son.
Yes. So,
So we're excited to find out more about Tita Julie, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe there will be a cameo for Roberto. That's gonna be exciting, right? I don't know. I
that'll
don't
be
know what
fun.
it
That'll
is.
be fun.
It will be really fun, right? But
Dapat
just to go back,
dapat ang
go
tawag daw
ahead.
sa kanya Hermana, sabi ni Darren. No? We have to call her Hermana
Right,
moving
hermana.
forward.
That's also that's also another term for sort of like sister, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Yes. In
sister,
Spanish, it's
and
also mean sister.
right there.
Hermana.
But going back to the characters themselves, I like that
Mhm.
they sort of like gave us a backgrounder on Chen and on
Mm-hmm.
Key, that
Mhm.
Yes.
the couple, right? So
Mhm.
we find out that Ali is living alone. His parents live in Baguio, and he broke
Mhm.
up with Crystal's character, Dev,
Yeah.
Correct,
right?
Crystal.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yeah.
so apparently he came from a straight relationship, and now he
Mhm.
is probably more expressive of his true sexuality.
Mhm.
And I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be
Right.
another backstory to that in the coming episodes, but we'll see. Hopefully, that is explored a little bit more, right? But apparently, they're still friends and they're still talking and they're on good terms, right?
Yep. Yep.
And for Key, we know that he's living with his sister, who is
Ate
um,
Libby.
Ate Libby, who is a mindfulness guru, possibly, or probably
A
a
mindfulness
mindfulness
coach.
coach,
Coach
right?
siguro.
And they live with Laksa, and they live in a very posh house in the suburbs
Sobra.
Yep.
with
So
a
yeah, I
pool.
know. I
So
know.
come
Konyo
through.
kung konyo.
I know
Yes,
very
very
alta.
Konyo. Very alta, right? Exactly. So
Alta.
they probably live upper middle class, I would have to say, if
Mhm,
not
mhm.
upper class, right? So
Like,
we
yeah.
gotta, and we've also been introduced to Ali's friend Kaloy, who apparently is very concerned about his sexual life.
Yes.
And then the security guard who reads,
Yes.
who has a love for reading books, right? Okay. So there.
Oh.
Pinoy pocketbooks. Oo.
Yeah, I actually saw the
Right.
security guard in person in Anytime Fitness,
Oh
SM Life.
yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
He
talaga?
Yeah.
worked out there. Mhm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Apparently he's my height, I think, or he's a bit taller. And I'm
Right.
5'8".
Really? I thought he
Mhm.
was kind of like shorter, I
I
guess.
thought he was
Akala ko
shorter. I thought he would
ganyan.
be like 5'5".
Oo.
Or I'm not really sure.
Akala ko
Basta
naman
Interesting.
5'2"
when he
eh.
walked, it
Charot
was
lang.
like he was like my height. I think it's because of the body. It's not maybe that proportioned. I'm
Talaga?
not sure. I'm not sure.
Ah.
Or it's the
Maybe
angles,
proportion.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think another delighter for me would be probably the use of the social media, right? So again, we
Yeah.
have that screen
Mm.
life kind of perspective, wherein we have people appearing in the screen from their screens as well, and then we have sort of like a TikTok type of platform. They call it Uptick, and then they do sort of like a duet side by side, Key and Chen,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mhm.
And
Optics.
then there's Upticks, right? Exactly. And then
Cool,
they
no?
also put a lot of humor into it, right? Like for example,
Uh-huh.
when Chen was doing the Dalgona coffee, and Key was following
Mhm.
along. So may pagbate, 'di ba? And then there was
Yeah.
something sexual. There's sort of like a sexual innuendo there as
I
well.
know, I know,
And
I
then
know.
you can see Key sort of like, what the hell is he? Why is he moaning like
Mikey,
that?
Mikey, you have to
Right? But
explain. You have to explain further
what?
about bati because bati can be like beating
I sorry, but
whatever, right?
right. I'm so sorry, but that's how you pronounce it. That's how you pronounce it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Tama,
Beating
tama.
the
But,
right.
but yeah, go ahead.
But he was literally but he was
Yep.
literally beating eggs. That's basically what it was, right? And he was making these noises, and
Yeah,
then parang
Mhm.
he was like,
yeah.
okay, I don't know. And then, why are you so good? Parang yours is so whipped and mine is like so very runny and whatever, something like that, right? And then at the end, and then another funny moment is the security guard actually doing an uptick video. And
Yep.
we've seen a
Mhm,
viral
mhm.
TikTok video of a security guard
Security
also
guard. Yep.
doing a TikTok video, right?
A
He
similar
was
dance.
diba, very similar dance. Yun. Ayun.
Right.
Siguro with the dialogue, one thing I can say about the dialogue is I guess it's very it's a little bit on the upper end.
Yep.
How do I
Exactly.
describe
Mhm.
it? How do I describe
Yeah.
it? Yeah, because they speak English a lot, right? And in terms of the terminologies that they use and probably the
Yeah.
topics
Yes.
that they talk about, it's
Yes.
a little bit up there, right? So it's it's a different kind of I guess group, right, that we
Mhm.
have.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Yep.
that's what makes it a little bit different for me. And I guess I'm interested to know moving forward how the mindfulness coach aspect may
Yeah.
be of use in this series because obviously there's going to be some conflict between Key and Chan, right? Or maybe
Mm.
between Dev and Key because they're exes, but they're still talking. And obviously Dev still has some feelings for Key because of the concern
Mhm.
that she's showing, right? So I'm thinking, is there something that's going to be there wherein Ate Libby may have to step in and be able to provide them some sort of life coaching and whatnot, right? So
Mhm.
that's something that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Yeah.
I'm also interested to see, for example, how Tita Julie will figure into the story. Maybe Roberto will figure into the story as well.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, and we've seen clips of other scenes in the series, right? So in the trailer per se, we saw Key and Chen in the same bed, on the same
Mhm.
bed,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
with sort of like a stuffed toy between them. So
Uh-huh.
I'm interested to see how they get to that point, right? So yeah. So
Yeah.
for I think very killing. There were some
Mm-hmm.
moments there, especially the second time that they met up in the botica, right?
Mhm.
Ah,
So they
yes.
were sort of like hiding from each other, and then they were screaming in their heads, right? And
Oh,
that's basically us, right? Oh my God, what, bakit siya lumalapit? Why is he coming closer? Is he touching me? Right? Those are things that we go through. We experience that
yep.
ourselves, right? And to have that verbalized and visualized, it was a pretty cool thing, I would have to say. So that's one of the delighters that I have as well. Hopefully, they sort of maintain that kind of, I don't know, media or
The
retelling of the story.
flow. That yeah. I
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
they do. I hope they do.
yeah.
Keep it slow. It's a nice slow pace. That's why I like the flow of
Mhm.
it. It's as Kapona mentioned a while ago. It didn't give so much into it, but you got the whole story already. I mean, it
Right.
Yes.
was told in such a manner that the characters are were built. Hi, Mark.
Hi,
Hey,
Mark.
Mark.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, by the way, I also want to say hi to one of our members. Ange is in the chat from on
Hi,
Facebook.
Ange.
Hi, Ange.
Hey.
Yes, can't wait for you to see Aunt Julie as well. Oh, Jason made a comment regarding
Oh,
my upper.
Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi,
By the
Jason.
way, by the way,
Which
guys,
one?
Jason, this one, yes, Jason Carmona. So
Yes.
Jason is one of the writers for Jace TV,
Yes.
and
What?
he is well, he's cooking up something for us. I don't want to say anything. I don't know if
Wow!
that's
Hi,
I don't
Jason,
know if that's
once
public knowledge. I don't know if
again.
that's public knowledge, but he's cooking up something for us, and when he's ready, he will announce it.
Yay!
And let's watch for
Oh,
that, and let's support him. Okay.
Of course. Of
oo naman.
course.
Ayan. All right. So he mentioned that the dialogue is not for the masses.
Mm-hmm. I
Yes,
agree.
right. So
Somehow, I agree.
medyo upper
Yep.
end sila talaga. They're the most
Oh yeah.
Kanye BL show
Oh
so
yes.
far,
Oh
right?
yes.
And it's okay because I
Mm-hmm.
mean we are all from different walks of life, but we all
Mm-hmm.
have the same stories. We all still love. We also go through all of the pain, the heartache, the joy, and the triumphs of being in a relationship. So it's all good. Oh, and hi, Rochelle.
Hi,
Rochelle, by the
Rochelle.
way, oh my God, I hope I'm
Is she
not
from the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken?
Netherlands. Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Vance. Hi,
Guten, what was it again?
guten,
No,
guten
it's Guten
Morgen.
Morgen. It's already
Guten,
past afternoon already. Well, I know it's
okay.
Guten
Oh,
Morgen. Bedankt.
well, hi. Yes, definitely. Ayan. So, hi, Mark. Glad you could join us. What are your initial thoughts? Tell us, tell us.
Hmm. Tapos na ba si Pilans?
I just go
Or are you
insert,
here?
Mark
so
muna.
you can go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Balik tayo, pwede naman.
Mm.
Okay. Sorry, I was so late. Kakauwi ko lang.
Oh,
But
no
again,
problem.
hi everyone. For the first
Uy,
episode,
okay lang
actually
kasi.
I watched it on the way home. But
Wow. Multitasking.
yeah,
Yes. Ganun tayo ngayon.
kailangan natin. Then, for the first episode, it was actually, I mean, yes, Nico.
May binabasa siguro siya. Go on, go
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I think for the first episode, it was actually. I mean, how do I put this? It's nice. It's to be honest, there's nothing quite new about it for me. For all the, I
Mhm,
mean, there
mhm.
are some scenes that were already done in the past, but it was this episode one was those scenes that reflected here in episode one were done in such a way that it's cute, that it's refreshing, that it is light. It doesn't need much of your like inner being to invest into thinking of some of the qualms of or whatever factors into a
Mhm.
series. just
Yeah.
just you just have to take in and enjoy what you watch. So I get that for the around 23-24 minutes of the series, of the at least for
Mm.
episode one. So it's really promising. I'm hoping for I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping for better episodes. I mean, the episode one is not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's good. It's there. It's a good episode one
It is.
as a placeholder
Mhm.
for the
Yes.
entire series. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
hoping for. I don't know how many episodes do they have, but so I'm
Six.
hoping for more good episodes. Six.
Really?
Oh my
It's
god,
Six?
that's so
only
good.
six. It's only six.
Wow.
Right. So I guess this is gonna be a little bit more
Short,
fast paced than we're
but I
used
hope they
to.
get the most out of. Yeah,
The six.
I hope they get the
Let's
most out
see.
of these 6 episodes. Yeah.
I guess it will depend on the storytelling talaga, no? And maybe
Mm-mm.
yung parang
Yeah.
yung mga yung pag summarize maybe of some of the things that they went through, or maybe yung yung script mismo, because it can be
Mhm.
done and we've seen it happen, 'di ba? Na parang
Yeah.
yung mga nangyari in the past, parang it's verbalized in the conversation. Like
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
Yeah.
example, yung pag swab test for example, na verbalize or pinakita na lang yung test results, yung mga ganung bagay. So pwede naman. It all depends on how the scriptwriter lays it out for the audience.
Yeah, it's actually the show that I saw where the protocols were tied in with the story itself or with the flow of
Mm.
the series. Because before you'd only hear it by words or by it, like it just happened. Just went through the story. But this you'd see it in detail, from
Mm.
spraying of the hands, the security with the temperature gun, and all that shit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. What do you think about the
Pero
sibling? Oh, go ahead.
I have a question though, because I remember there was a like what do you call this? It was split into two. I think there was a question before why did they have the split? A series had the same question. Why did they have the split into
Yeah.
two? And they combined it
Oo nga
now.
eh.
But
Mhm.
would this still work with Boys Lockdown? Do you think that they split into two, or should have they combined it two into one long episode?
Hmm. I'm not sure about the logistics part of it. I don't know if it's a thing about viewership or maybe views. I mean, if you have two videos, then
Yeah.
cumulatively they would have more views because they're watching two things on a channel,
Mm.
diba?
Mhm.
As opposed to just
Mhm.
one video, then it's just this number of views. But yeah, we've seen in the past where in two episodes or three or three parts
Yeah.
rather, or two parts were combined into one. Maybe because it's easier for viewers to be able to just watch one thing rather than to shift to another,
Yeah.
etc. Right? I don't know. Maybe that's gonna be like a marketing thing, or maybe that's a management decision. But whatever it is, I'm still gonna be there. I'm still gonna be
Yeah. Me
supporting.
too.
And what I liked about this particular cut, unlike in other series wherein you see a preview for the next part, or basically
Yeah.
Mhm.
it just fades or it's a black screen or whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Here there was sort of like what do you call it? Parang a
There's
shout
like
out, like
there's
oops,
like
1 meter, 1 feet apart. Now
oh, I
let's take
love
a
that part.
second. Diba?
Yeah, that
Let's
part.
take a
Yeah.
second before we watch the second part because
Yeah.
they're not released like right after the other. Parang there's a short break, maybe a
Yes.
minute or two, right? So that actually sort of like is an indication for the viewer now. Okay, it's a break. So maybe I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it also helps them in terms of, let's say, if they need to
Yeah,
go to
it
the
did.
toilet, get water.
Could be.
Actually did.
So maybe it's a health thing, in consideration for
Yeah.
your bladder. I don't
Yeah, we
know.
need to hydrate, drink some water, as they would usually say to C-Rex.
Yes, you're right. Hydrate, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of people like Kapono, right? It's good if it's just one episode, so you can just
Yeah.
like do it in one sitting, or not have to switch videos or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yan.
Yeah, but I like the touch of what Louise was doing there. You know, take a break, just sit, just wait.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. That little commercial, I mean, yeah, that little commercial break. So it really felt as if you're watching it on TV. There's one commercial break, then go back to the next episode.
Right,
Pero
right.
tama no? Like ang premiere for the
Kind of
part
gives you the sense of normalcy.
Yes.
true.
Actually.
Pero di ba yung premiere ng part 1 is around 8 p.m. and the premiere
Yes.
of part 2 is around 8:15. So technically you have like an intermission time of
Ah.
5 minutes, I guess. So I think I
Okay.
don't know if they
Okay.
adapted the same practice in theater. Di ba usually in theater in plays
Yeah.
you have
Yep.
like a 15
Yeah.
minute sort of intermission. Probably I don't know. That could be that or
Mm,
for commercial breaks or could be I don't know.
right. Well, hopefully, if you're able to talk to the cast, we can talk about that, or if the crew.
Sana
So nananawagan po kami, Darwin, Kaloy, Alec, Ali. If you
Yeah.
want to hop on and maybe talk to us just for a little bit, 5 minutes or maybe an hour. We're open to that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but oh yeah, I was just gonna mention this, right? Maybe for those who are reacting to the videos, if it's two parts, then it's gonna be sort of like a
Editing
little bit
problem.
more of an editing issue there, right? But it's
Yeah.
easier if it's just one thing because it's just continuous, right? They don't have to splice it together anymore or something. Yeah.
We're doing
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
It's all about the money. You get
Mhm.
I I should get what I deserve. Yes, mga ganyan. Yeah.
Wait,
Ayun.
even the
Oh,
viewing last Thursday was done in two parts. What is
okay.
that?
So there must be a real break then,
I
just like
Mm,
in
guess
theater,
so. Baka it's gonna be
commercial break
done
now.
in upcoming episodes. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
what did
No,
you guys think about Kaloy and Dev or Crystal? Those
Uy, may,
characters.
sige, Mikey, pwedeng ilagay ko siya sa last part. I have thought na
Alin?
si Kalo.
Talaga?
Are we
Oh,
done with
okay.
Lighters and Satisfiers already?
Wait, sige.
Hindi pa, sige, okay.
Sige, sige,
Later.
sige. A couple of things that I also want to mention would be I really like that there's a dog and Laksa is so cute and
Oh yeah,
she
yeah.
has she or he. Oh my god! Let
They
me
never
know if
mentioned
it's
anyway.
they never mentioned the sex. Okay, but Laksa is featured in a short story in an uptick story. Yes,
Mhm, mhm.
it has its own personality, kumbaga.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's pretty cute, and hopefully they factor it in as well in other parts of the series because,
Yeah.
of course, that's another cute thing, right? Okay. Wait. Darren says, "Well, nabita na ako sa first episode. I was like, it was light, not draggy, and feel
Lagi.
good, right? So it was
Yep.
just right. Parang it wasn't let's say parang too. It wasn't overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't sort of like slap in the face kind of beginning, right? But you know that
Mhm.
there is gonna be something coming, diba? Which you're gonna watch out for. Yun. So that's one si Laksa. What else? What else? What else?
Yeah, while you're thinking, can I insert? I like the contrast ni Ate Libby of her personality because she's a mindfulness coach, but her
Mm-mm.
her personality is so
Pero,
strong, so wickedly strong.
so true. Interesting, diba? That's
Yes.
development, I guess.
That's why I'm
Potential
watching out for
for the
Ate
next
Libby because I
episode.
think I'm gonna be loving that woman for the whole series. I think.
Yes, I think. And she's very nice in person, though. A little bit soft
Yes,
spoken, I
yes,
would
yes.
have to say, right?
Yep,
So it's just a little bit of a
yep.
contrast with her strong character and her being a little soft spoken. Um,
What else? Oh yeah,
Interesting
my
siguro
character.
yun lang
satisfier
pala for
too.
me.
My Satisfier, at least you have Northern represent because I'm from the Cordilleras. For those we're not from the Philippines. That's way up north of the Philippines.
Mm.
And he said he's from Baguio, and Baguio is one of our biggest cities in the
Yes.
north. So Cordillera
Cool.
represent. I hope they speak our language there. I hope there's gonna be a throwback to Baguio
Yeah.
somewhere there. If not, it's okay.
Sana.
Sana lang, sana lang.
Uy,
Right,
baka
right,
taga
right.
Baguio talaga si
Ayun.
Ali King.
Is he from Baguio or
Is he from
No.
Baguio? Who can confirm? Hindi lang. Okay. Okay.
hindi raw?
Mark?
I can say
Mark?
no.
Okay.
Hindi lang. Sabi ni Mark.
No, no, no.
Alright.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Siguro one more thing. Remember when Chen was supposed to go into the what do you call this into the house, and he was reminded by Tin or Libby to go
Mhm.
through the motions, of
Mhm.
shoes, of changing his
Mhm.
clothes, and putting the
Take
bags
off
in.
your clothes, like
Yep.
everything. Joke lang.
And can I just say,
I like
since
that
we're
part
talking.
though.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
right. Okay, so moving on. Moving on. Yes. I mean, they didn't have to, but they did it. So yes, thank you very
Yeah.
much for that visual. I appreciate that. In fact, even in
Ayuda,
the
sabi nga, diba?
correct. In fact, I think even in the opening scenes, on the opening credit sequence, the security guard Ivoy, is it Ivoy or
Yeah.
Ivor? Let me know. And the other guy, Luis,
Yep.
they were shirtless in that.
Yeah. I know.
May pag-flex talaga. Bakit ganon?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was a very gratuitous scene. Thank you very much for that. Yes, for those
Yeah, they have the
thirsty
body to show. Why
for
not?
the for the thirsty hoes out there. But anyways, yes.
Points.
Yes. All right.
Sabi ko,
So I think one other thing is I like that they're very comfortable with not mentioning. Let's just say
Mhm.
mentioning the word dicks, the word sex toys, right? All of that,
Mm.
because because people are supposed to talk about it naturally because it's normal, right? I
Yep.
mean, tiny dicks on the what do you call that? Tiny dicks on the mask, etc. So parang it's like what another BL said, parang there's no euphemism for it because it's not an insult, it's not
Yeah.
offensive, you know. So we should normalize being able to talk about these things, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it for me for now. Oh wait, is the cashier? Who's Miss Tina? Tina Moran from Hello
Cashier.
Stranger?
Ah,
Is it
talaga?
Tina Moran from Hello
I'm not
Stranger?
sure. Let us
Let us
let
know.
us
Let
know.
us know, guys. I didn't catch. Did you guys notice?
No, I didn't really
Wala
notice.
masyadong, wala masyadong exposure, I guess. Eh.
My
Hindi
eyes
ako,
are
hindi
on
ako
Ate
masyadong
Julie than her, so
Oo nga eh.
Oo.
Oo nga eh. Diba? Yan. Ayan. Right. So, cute sibling dynamic. Cute couple
Oh, someone is
dynamics.
saying hi. Mark.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Ali.
Ali.
Ali!
Ali K.
Ali!
Hello.
Wait, is that Ali?
Yes.
Ali?
Yeah, it's
Hey,
Wow.
Ali.
Hi,
Ali.
Hi, Ali.
Ali! Oh my
Cool.
God.
Thanks for hopping in.
I'm featureless.
Me too.
Ali, if you want to join us,
Let us know.
let us know. Maybe
Just
Let us
let us know.
know.
we can DM you the
You can send me the
StreamYard
link.
link. You have questions.
It'll be cool.
I mean, if you're cool with it, but we understand if if you want to take a breather from all the excitement from over there.
Yep.
Ayan. So, hi, Ali. How long have you been here?
Yay.
Nako, iniisip ko tuloy kung may nasabi akong mali. Or
Wala naman.
parang,
Change script.
nako.
No,
Change
I
script.
sent him the link earlier.
Oh, okay, cool. So,
Okay. Baka
Ali,
Mr. Back
views and
room
opinions
na.
of the hosts do not reflect the views and opinions
Yes. Yes, yes,
of
yes.
anyone else but ourselves. Oh, hi, Jude. Hi. Thank you for
Hi,
joining
Jude
Jude.
us.
saying hi. Hi, Jude.
Ayan. Oh, and John is here as well. Hi,
Oh,
John.
yes. Hi, John.
Hi, John. Thank you for dropping by as well. Ayan. So a lot of the people, John is now joining Calat Hours. So a lot of the people
Yep.
that you see here
Mm-hmm.
are also discovering their niches in the BL industry. So
Yes,
thank you
yes.
very much, guys, for dropping by. Ayan. So Ali ha, kung gusto mong sumali, go lang. Ayan. All right. So what else do we want to say about this episode? Mark, do you want to say?
Okay. I hope I think it was not mentioned why Ali called me Maki because Maki is really my nickname, and we knew each other
Mm,
like eight 8 years ago.
okay.
So
You
he
Oh.
became
knows me by
friends.
my nickname. Yeah, we became
Ah,
friends eight
Mm,
years
okay.
ago.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
nice.
So tatawagin ko na naming Maki moving
We'll call you Mackie
forward.
now.
Ay, feeling close. Feeling close.
Oh, feeling
Pwede
ko.
rin, pwede rin. Okay lang.
Namaki ka na
Okay.
namin. Teka, Maki.
Sure,
Ayan.
no problem. No problem.
Kalimaki, gano'n.
Kali Maki, yes.
Ayan. Yan. Oh, by the way, another thing that I want to mention is with regard to the preview, I like that it's short, but it lets you it lets
Mm-hmm.
like whets your appetite. It doesn't
Yep.
reveal too much. So it's just really
Mhm.
a preview and sort of like a teaser for what's gonna happen in
Uh-huh.
the next episode. Because there
Okay.
sometimes we see previews wherein everything
Mm-hmm.
that's going to happen. I mean, not the entire episode, but maybe a lot of the major plot points
Yep.
that's gonna happen is revealed. So it's sort of like, oh, okay. So you sort of like know what's gonna happen already, and then you're just gonna wait for it to happen. Right? But here it was a very quick, but also I think very effective sort of like preview or teaser.
True.
Yeah.
I think Lance mentioned a while ago that it kind of like gave us a K-drama feel, diba? Because of the
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
production design and editing probably. Well, the Satisfier to me would be like the production design, I guess. Parang I've seen
Okay.
that in some other series and some films, pero
Mm-hmm.
it kind of made me happy and kind of made me feel chill and okay. So parang okay siya sa
Mm.
akin yung production design. I think they will be consistent in the upcoming episodes naman, especially yung room ni Ali Kim. What's his name again there? Ken. Tama ba?
Ken,
Joke lang.
key.
It's key. It's key.
Okay. All right.
Correct. Hmm. What do you, Mark? Lance, how about you
Mark?
guys?
Oh, Takamaki. Sige.
Go, Maki.
What I like about it, siguro a satisfier for me is apart from one of the main cast is my friend. No, apart from that, um, one satisfier then for me is they gave so much. Parang how do you call this? They gave so much exposure, if that's the right term, for the
Mhm.
safety protocols that parang we
Mhm.
get to be reminded of what to do pa. Kasi months into lockdown, like 8 7 months into lockdown, we most of us are already somehow tend to forget now what to do with disinfecting, with what to
Hmm.
disinfect and how to disinfect. So
Okay.
it's a nice it's a nice reviewer for us on how to disinfect pa and what to do with our groceries and everything. And also, I want to satisfy din for me. Although it's cliche, yung nalaglag yung mga bags and nagka-switch ng
Mm.
mga laman. Although
Yes.
it's cliche, it's not new. There's nothing original about it, but
Mhm.
Mhm.
it's done in such a way that it's refreshing and it's light and it's cute, and
Mm.
then it makes you feel like you want to watch more and more. And especially the security guard, that's a very good satisfier for me, Evoy. Who
Addiction.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
satisfied with Evoy? Oh my god.
Yes.
Evoy, Evoy, Evoy.
um, he was reading a
And
book, and
last
I
Precious
think
one.
Hearts Romance, I think.
right, and supposedly
Yeah,
it was
Precious.
given by one of the girls.
Dev.
Does that
By
mean
Yeah.
by
Dev.
Dev? Right. Okay. So I like
Dev.
that they're all sort of like tied together,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm interested to see how that will sort of like pan out as well in the upcoming episodes. Yes, Lance. What else?
And that's actually what the Satisfier was about to tell you, that their stories are tied in together. They're linked from
Mhm.
one person to another, from a different cast member to another. It's not like it's
Right.
just Key and Shen and the others are just surrounding them, but this one, they're all
Right.
intertwined. So that part
Mhm.
I appreciated. And I liked also, what was I supposed to say? I forgot the other one. Um, I think you mentioned most of it already. About yeah, there's a hook at least for you to watch what's gonna happen next. Like they
Mhm.
Mhm.
give you the, are they gonna meet up or not? Then they twist it with the abangan part or the preview part of
Mhm.
it, saying that,
Right.
oh no, I don't have the permit, so how the hell will this turn out afterwards? So you have that hook
Right.
already.
Yeah.
Right. And because you mentioned the quarantine pass, I have a question about
Yeah.
that. Because in their building, only one person can use a quarantine pass, and there's
Oo nga
only one
eh.
quarantine pass. So, meaning if there are like 50 people in that building, they would have to wait for the other person to come back before they can
Mag-aantay
use the
Yeah.
talaga.
quarantine pass.
But
Schedule,
there's
I
only
guess.
two. There's only two according
Current,
to
yes, currently
Yeah.
there's only
currently.
two. But that's what I'm
Trisha
thinking. What
and
if there were
Ali.
more? Like they would really have to share it, right? So that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's the same for other condominiums in the Philippines.
Not so
It's just
sure.
something that I'm wondering about. Yeah,
Baka,
yes. And then
baka it's for...
also for building.
Yes, for building. But as far as I know, it's one per household. If you're going quarantine, so it's one per unit or per room. If we're gonna use that as a reference.
Or baka that
Right.
particular like building is considered like one residence. I don't know. May mga ganong
Yeah.
arrangements yung ibang residences
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
di ba? Kay
Or
isang o
maybe
dalawa.
or maybe it is a sort of like protocol by the building itself, right? The
Probably.
condominium
Yeah.
tries to
Mm-mm.
limit
Yeah.
people from
So
going outside.
Could be.
So you can only
yeah.
go outside if you have a quarantine pass, and you have to wait for
Right.
the other person to come back before
Wait,
somebody else
pero
goes out.
ako, I think that's intentional. That will add something interesting to the story. Kasi, di ba, that
Mhm.
becomes a struggle already. Di ba? So,
Yeah.
kung walang
I know
Mhm.
ganong
that's
limitation
intentional.
or restriction, so parang it's purposive na iisa lang yung quarantine pass doon, di ba? Parang hindi mo
Yeah, and they
makalabas ng
built on it.
yes, di ba? Kasama
Right.
pa si Evoy doon. Evoy, oh boy, di ba?
I'm also wondering one thing that I was wondering about as well is why does he have like a life size cutout in his
Oo
room?
nga!
And it looks like CC
CCX, or I don't
CC
know.
Strong, CC Strong,
Strong.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Strong.
I don't know where he got that. And remember, CC Strong. Oh no, okay. Yeah, I wonder how he got that, or did he have it made, or did
Oo
CC
nga
Strong have
eh.
it made and then he bought it, etc. So I'm just wondering why. Hopefully that's explained. I mean, maybe it's not really essential to the story, but I'm interested to know. So, direct.
Yeah, naman,
Would you
no?
like to have one?
Ako
Would
yung
you like to hop on
writer.
it?
Comment
Ako
down
yung
below,
writer.
direct.
Comment down below. Ayan.
Pengi po ng
Alright.
manufacturer, magkapadala rin po kami dito, mga ganun.
Mm. Okay, so may mga satisfiers pa ba tayo, guys? Or are we ready to move on? Or
Yeah, I'm thinking of the
Am I-
Satisfiers.
I like the background music, by the way. Whenever there's something that
Oh.
happens.
One.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to say what do you call this? The TikTok optic video sa last part where the security guard is dancing. It gave homage to what really happens in real life, diba? Because we've seen trending videos of security guards who dance and
Yes.
uploaded them on
Right.
TikTok. So it's a nice touch. Parang they thought of
Actually.
that pa already.
Right, absolutely, diba? So that's what I appreciated about this episode. So parang they didn't just show us, let's say, the guidelines, but they also showed us like the social lives of people. And it
Yep.
was also mentioned as well, diba? And even the Dalgona coffee. Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yep.
Even the Dalgona coffee, diba? It became such a huge hit back in, I don't know, like a couple of months ago, right? And
Yeah,
I
the
think when
start
they
of
filmed,
PDQ.
correct. And I think when they filmed this, it was right around that time as well. And even my sister made Dalgona coffee. And she did say it was really hard to bait.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
To
part
make
way,
it that fluffy, it would really be a lot
Yep.
of strokes, and you have to have a strong hand, and everything.
yeah, even P tried to do that too, so I know those
Mm.
stories.
Right, absolutely. I like that they were able to incorporate that. And I think there were also different, let's say, types of personalities when they're locked down. Like, for example, he is an introvert. He mentioned that. And he
Yeah.
thought that he would be okay because he is an introvert. However, also, he also mentioned that even introverts experience loneliness sometimes, that they want to be around people, they miss the things that we were able to do outside of the lockdown, before
Yes.
lockdown, right? And that's really true, even for me. I consider myself sort of an introvert, but I also like being around people, so I'm missing that as well. And then we have, on the other hand, Kaloy, who is an extrovert, who mentions that, yes, I mean, he is so like, I don't know, what parang he's really experiencing cabin fever, and he really wants to go out, and he's very concerned
Mega
about
activate.
all the physical stuff.
Yeah.
And he was very vocal about it. Like he mentioned, kalunod, nababaliw na ako. I'm going crazy because of this
Nawala na
lockdown.
raw. Ano na, udlot na
Yes.
yung mga booking niya, di ba? Sabi niya.
Correct. And then
Yep.
there's that other aspect wherein some people live alone and then some people live with their families. So there's all that sort of like, I guess, experiences within the lockdown. So yeah.
Yeah, to ride the same wave, I think it's more like with this series at the first episode, I could relate to most of the characters already because we're having
Yeah.
the same experiences, we're having the same narratives, similar narratives, or similar characteristics and personalities. Especially for me, for Kaloy, no, not Kaloy, for Key, because I'm an introvert too. So I understood the struggle of wanting to get an energy to draw to because we're more receivers. So we replicate or reflect the same energy that you throw upon us.
Right.
That makes sense.
By the way, are you guys all living alone or are you with people in the household?
Ako wala, I'm with my tita and my cousin. So, but I'm basically like alone in my room most of the time. Like in a day,
Same here.
like in a week, I would like meet my aunt and my cousin like twice or thrice a week. But I'm usually like alone.
Okay. I'm
Kayo
pretty
ba?
much the same.
Yeah.
Like I live with two of my siblings and then I'm alone in my room. And
Okay.
usually I just go out to buy supplies. Like I go to the boutica or to the medicine store or
Maalikin
the
ka pala eh.
grocery. Right. Essentials. But I don't have a dick mask. So I don't know.
Will
Should
you
I get
order one?
that? I'm thinking about it.
Take it to me. Merch nyo. Take it to me, please. Diba?
Yeah.
Yes,
But I already
yes.
have so many
I
masks.
think meron.
Meron.
There is.
Meron.
Yeah, I
There's
think
seven
We've
here.
been tweeting about it.
It's actual merch, and there are three
Perfect.
styles. One is the purple one is the white one, and one is the black one. So Yeah,
Sige.
So which dick do you like?
the purple,
Black, the white, or
The
the
black
purple?
one. The black
the purple
one.
one for me. The purple one for me.
Black one. Mama
I'll
black
go
The
one.
black,
black.
the black one is the one worn by Chen, I think, because the black you have
Yeah.
outline,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
she is wearing the purple
Purple
outlines.
one, yeah.
And
Yep.
I think the white one, it's a
Si
very light.
Ivoy. Si Ivoy
Ganun.
nagsuot. Joke lang.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Kayo,
And you
Lance.
can throw in the same line. For me, I'll pick the black one. And you can throw the same line too, saying, "Oh, you're too close, so you can see the dicks."
Correct.
Yeah.
You see that, stay away. Ganon. So,
Pero
yeah.
yeah, I live with a family too, but on weekdays we have different schedules because I work mostly on the mid shift. So while I'm working, my mom's already about to sleep, or my sister's about to sleep because they work on Australian time. My mom works on the government time, Philippine government
Oh,
time though. So it's really we shift around the house. So basically,
Grabe.
yeah, buhay ang bahay namin 24/7 because
oh
of the
wow.
shifts.
The
Ah,
house that never sleeps, sabi
Yep.
nila. Wow.
When I sleep, my sister
correct.
gets up. So it's that way.
Grabe.
Pwede kayo mag-call center, oh. May shifting.
Oo.
We also have different spots. My mom is taking this area. I'm taking the one in this area.
Talaga?
My sister has another area.
Okay.
Mm, cool, makes
Pero
sense.
even if you're still living with other people, pero there's a sense of yung especially an introvert, you're looking for new energy to get from.
Yeah.
So I think I broke down on the 6th month because of that. Because
Talaga?
you needed new energy from other people.
What do you mean, Bergman? If you don't mind.
Yeah, it's like you're going through. I think that's why I resonated with Key when he was saying na introvert ako, nababaliw na ako dito. So it's that same feeling, that same energy. Na even if you're used to being alone, but being alone without any other new energy, it really bites you back.
Yeah, I understand. I get that too. I think for me, well, just to share. Well, kalat hours.
Oh.
Charot.
Basta wag
Laban
lang
mo
katulad
yan.
ng ha?
I don't
Huwag yung
have.
katulad ng kahapon.
This is water. This is water. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
So for me, I think initially I was very, like you said, I had a whole lot of energy because I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it was in the beginning stages. So you were still parang sort of like your love tank was filled because
Yeah.
I mean you've experienced life on the outside, parang, and you're sort of like you still have that energy or those memories and that love from before the lockdown. But then when the lockdown started, so I started looking for things to occupy my time, and so that I can sort of like stay healthy, and also so that I can distract myself from all the things that are
Yeah.
happening in the world, right? But I find that recently I've been skipping exercises in the morning. I mean, I used to do it like every morning, but now, I mean, I think for the past week I haven't been doing so because I just don't feel energetic enough.
Yeah, I
So
get you. I feel you. I know that.
so I mean, it's basically sort of like the routine that gets you because
Yeah.
it's basically the same thing that you're doing every single day, and you're around the same people, and basically you're not
Yeah.
experiencing other people's energy, and you're not able to sort of like interact with the people that you used to interact with. You're not in
Yes.
the mall, you're not at the coffee shops, you're not eating outside, etc. It's basically this cabin 24/7. That's basically it. So
I
that's why
know. I know.
sort of like lost that energy. But what I like about what we've experienced here in the what do you call this, the lockdown is I've experienced being with strangers like on Zoom and on YouTube.
Yeah.
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 So I mean, it's opened up other doors for me. So I think
Mhm.
that's pretty good because you find new friends, you find new connections, and you basically. And one of the guys in the Zoom hotel mentioned this as well. Like, but it's so amazing that we are all living in different parts of the world in different time zones, but we're still able to occupy one space and we're able to relate to each other on the same
Yep.
wavelength, on the same level.
Mhm.
So I find that really amazing, and that's what sort of like is keeping me through this entire thing.
Yeah, I can relate to that too because I'm very
Mm.
grateful to that Nico pulled me into the Bruhaha squad on the right moment at the right time because I needed something to
Yay!
do, or else my mind would go crazy.
Uy, pero
Seriously.
Lance,
Yeah.
pero Lance, it was the group's decision actually. Di ba,
Uh,
Mikey, Mark?
Yeah,
yeah.
Parang
Thank you.
said, yeah,
pinag-usapan. I think it was
go.
Maya and everybody was like just agree na parang, hey, let's have it. Mm-mm.
It was unanimous. There was no
So
hesitation
thanks to
whatsoever.
BBS.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
BBS.
Yeah.
and
When
our
when
and yeah, the
when
family
Nico
keeps on
brought it up,
growing.
right? When Nico brought it up, we were like, "Yeah, go, tara, let's do this." You know.
Yeah, because for me it felt kind of frustrating. There's like a thin line between frustration and depression for that you can't go out, but you don't want to go out because don't want to become asymptomatic. So and you see the people around you in social media risking all that, going out, going to the gym and etc. And you see your friends still having a good time, and you're here stuck inside the room thinking, I don't want to be asymptomatic. So it sucks sometimes. It's the mental struggle inside my head going through
Yeah.
that, especially in the 6 month. Because I think during that six
Yeah.
month, people were already. I mean, the malls were starting to open, roads are coming, traffic is coming back.
Yeah.
So I felt all of that. It's like, why can't I go out? I mean, I would like to go
Yeah.
out, but why can't I go out freely without the risk
Right.
of being asymptomatic?
True,
Right.
true, true.
I experienced the same
Compared
thing.
to us, I think si Mark, you have siblings and nieces, diba, Mark? At home. You have people with you. Yeah.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
here sa in this house. In this house, I have my parents here. And my nieces are sometimes here for pag wala silang klase. Because online classes have already
Ah,
started, right? So when they have
Mm, yeah.
right.
online classes, they're at their home, but on the weekends they're usually here. And then I have my cousin here as well because
Mm-mm.
she lived here starting the quarantine. So basically, when I'm here at home, there are a lot of people here already. So it's I mean, right? Kasi when I live in the condo, I usually live alone. I'm always alone when I'm there. Like I live alone
Mm.
since 2012. So I think
Mm,
when I don't have things to do in the condo, specifically for example if I have work or whatever, I'm usually here. So it's okay. I mean, sometimes it gets tiring that there are people. It's opposite naman, no? Because sometimes it gets tiring then if there are a
Right.
lot of people
It's
in the
true.
mm,
house.
Mm-mm.
yeah.
There are a lot of energies. There are a lot of but it's also nice in the same way that you don't really feel alone. Like you don't
Yeah.
feel alone, but sometimes you feel lonely because of what's happening. Like when will this end? Like when
Mm-mm.
will we really go back to normal? Or if we cannot go back to normal, when will we transition to the new normal as what they call it? Diba? So and there are
Mm,
Right.
also a lot of frustrations then with what is happening and what is the response of the
Mm-mm.
people in power, all those things that like drags
Mm-mm.
your energy and then sucks all your energy. Like
That's
Mhm.
true.
you cannot do anything more than do your own part because
That's true.
basically you cannot
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
much anything. Like you really have to take care
Yeah.
That's
of your
right.
health also. You have to take care of
Yeah.
you have to take care of your health, so you take care of the health of other people, especially those who are living with you.
Right. Right.
And
Right. Right.
yeah, so it's really frustrating at sometimes, but also
Yes.
I don't want to say that there is like a good side to this pandemic because I really believe that this should not have happened. But if we will talk about the silver
Yeah.
lining, as Catriona would say, siguro it made us feel more of feel the importance of the people that matter to us more
mhm.
Yeah.
That's
these
true.
times.
Mm.
And also we basically we had new connections with people, although online, albeit online. It gives this because there are always things about there are always conversations, especially with the oldies, no, that people you
Mm,
meet online are not really there for you. They're not really
mm,
true people. You know, they're just avatars on the screen. But
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
also nice that because of people and businesses, establishments, families, whatever, everyone um because we all had to jump into this what they call this like the electronic world that we are now in. They also believe na parang it also changed their perspective to how like we digital transformation is in the side of things, because there are also frustrating things when they don't believe that um for example, they don't believe that COVID is real. That's really something that I
Mm.
hope people will not really think of, because just because you don't experience it firsthand, that
right.
doesn't mean that it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
there.
Right.
and
Right,
let
right.
us not, yeah, let's not treat the numbers we see on the news as only or merely statistics, because
There are
every
people.
single
Right.
tally, every single count accounts to one person, accounts to one
Mm-hmm.
family. Every single
Yes.
death is magnanimous to a father who has died, and then the mother and her children will begin suffering. So let's normalize and let's humanize the statistics we see.
Uh, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's why I appreciate
Also,
this episode as well because of all the
yeah.
protocols, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it might
True.
seem for others as sort of like, they didn't really have to put that in there. I mean, some people might say that, but for me, it's like, well, it's necessary for me because I feel that it is like somebody said earlier, a reminder, and it's not just a
Yes.
reminder. I mean, it's a strong message, right? Because we have to take care of ourselves, like you mentioned, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then how will we be able to take care of the people around us? Especially since we might be asymptomatic, but then we might carry the virus and then pass it on to the people in our household. And we don't want that
Mm-hmm.
happening as well. We want to flatten the
Mm-hmm.
curve. Na may sabi naman yun, di ba? And
Yeah.
how can we do that if we're not following the safety guidelines? Which is why when I go out, I seldom go out and only for necessities and essentials. And it
Mm-hmm.
boggles me how some people can act like there's nothing wrong. Because I see
I
them in the
know.
streets, like now wearing masks, not wearing masks at all. I mean, I mean, that's the single most important thing that you can do, and the simplest thing that you can do is just wear a mask, diba? But some people are not
Mm-hmm.
even able to do that. So I appreciate that they are able to show this in the episode because I know these stories are supposed to be for kilig or they're supposed to be for entertainment, but if we can add a message there, if we can add a strong, let's say, advocacy, then why not, diba? Parang, I
Yeah.
mean, it's all part of the human experience. We are in an ECQ. I mean, not ECQ. We are in a pandemic. So if that's highlighted, I mean, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, keep
Totoo.
going.
Gusto ko yung eksena ni Auntie Julie tsaka yung kahera kasi ginagawa ko talaga siya. So, in the absence of like social connection at home, pag nag-grocery talaga ako, nakausap ko talaga yung mga kahera. Like, anong
Ah,
oras kayo
talaga?
nagsasara? Okay, hindi, alam ko na kung anong oras magsasara, kinakausap ko talaga.
Sa
Marami bang
interaction.
tao? Grabe
Um,
talaga. Tapos pati mga ate,
Actually.
magkano dito? Alam ko naman yung presyo ng produktong binibili ko. So feeling ko Auntie Julie talaga ako dun sa grocery levels. But the need
Yeah.
for social interaction and connection is really apparent. Like especially me, like I'm very, sabi ni Kaloy, di ba, very mega extroverted person siya. Ako, I'm very
Mm.
extrovert. I want to like connect with people. So I really have that need. So the reason also that we really pushed for this BBS group thing, and even yung isa pang group natin, Mikey Thirst Detox, is I have a personal agenda. Hindi naman agenda, but it's a need. I really need to connect to people.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
to me, this, you guys really helped me go through the process and this pandemic at the end of the day. So yung constant interaction natin on the group chat, in the group chat, and
Mhm.
elsewhere really helps me, kaya nga nakita natin sa Boys Lockdown is very reminiscent of what we've been experiencing for the longest time.
Yeah.
So I think kudos
Mhm.
to this first episode, Boys Lockdown. So I was really happy, technically. I was, wala na akong cringy moments for me, I guess, for this particular
Yeah.
Wala
episode.
naman.
And dive into the bombers. Hindi naman siguro bombers. Just like what we said during our other, how do you call this?
After
After
show.
show review. Or ano yun, Mikey, sa, ano yung ginawa natin, Lance? What was
It
that?
Which
was just
one?
it was just a
Uh,
question, something we were
yeah,
curious
Ah,
about.
yeah.
it was just a question. It's not necessarily like a critique for this particular episode. More like a question siguro na parang I would have wanted Kaloy to really make me feel that he's the character because I felt like there were parts na medyo kind of like a bit scripted lang siguro na I felt like he was kind of like out of character. I guess ako lang to ha. I would have wanted something natural, I guess, from him. So yun lang
Mhm.
sa akin. And even si Alec Kevin, I guess, parang yeah, I know that the character is like alta siguro and all, but I feel like he could have probably relaxed a little bit because nafe-feel ko
Yeah.
na parang kind of anticipatory of his lines. I feel ako to ha. So
Mm.
sana
Mhm.
siguro mag-chill out siya ng konti the upcoming episodes and be more chill, just like how he's chill sitting on the couch. I don't know. Yun lang. That's for me. Yun lang talaga.
or for me, I saw that naman in a different perspective na if you have a strong personality na ate like that who nags at you every single time, so you'd intentionally
Ah,
be blocking everything so you'd answer slow. That's what I felt naman sa akin on my perspective.
wow, okay.
But it'll give you time na parang, teka lang, he's nagging kaya, is she done? Oh, okay, I can talk now. There. Parang ganun yung mental flow ko.
Mm. How about you, Mark?
One, well, yeah, Nico mentioned it already. Na hindi naman siya particularly bummer, but more like could have been better, something like that. That the natural way of delivering the lines. Because it's different when you're acting as if you're chilling on the couch, whereas
Yes.
you're chilling on the couch in front of the camera. Because yeah, I somehow felt lang that there were some scenes where it was apparent that the actors were acting. So I just
Yeah.
hope for a little more, what do you call this, natural way of acting or
Mhm.
delivering just the scene, portraying their roles. But all the others are okay, and all the, um, yeah, the production set is really good. I really like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
yes.
too.
Hmm. Very high value, no? I mean, you can actually
Yeah.
Yes.
see sort of like they really put a lot of hard work into it. And even the visuals were seamless, I would have to say. Parang
Yes.
Mhm,
maganda talaga.
mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Pulido yung pagka-finish niya. Um, I would have to agree with what you guys said, though. So I wouldn't be adding any more to that. Hopefully, we see more of the, I guess, interactions between the characters in the next upcoming episodes, and hopefully,
Yes.
there's more of that sort of like barkada and more of that,
Mm, yeah.
diba? Parang feels na ganon. Yun. Um, what else? Yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say about this episode. I feel that it was just right for me. In terms of, let's say, yung kilig factor, it was there as well.
Yes.
Medyo ano lang, may napansin rin pala ako. Yung parang yung pag konting faint ni ni Ali, parang
Mm,
parang I saw that coming a mile away. Parang
oo.
parang
True, true.
girl. But the thing is, even if I mean, he did it in a cute way, in an endearing
Yep.
way.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
think out of all of them, I think Ali was a very, and I even mentioned this in the
Yes!
very adorbed siya. Alam mo yun, parang he's that
Very.
kind of person na
Natuwa
parang
ako.
you can't fault him for anything because he's just that cute. Alam mo yun?
Yes.
So parang yun. So I'm really looking
Yes.
forward to what else he can deliver because even off cam, parang he's the same on and off cam eh. And
Yes. Yes.
True.
That's
and
how I
Ken
felt actually.
and Ken as well is also similar, 'di ba? Yung parang he's sort of like serious and even in the episode he's kind of serious as well. Alam mo yun?
Mhm.
Yung medyo contrast lang is Kaloy. He's a little bit different from his character in a
Yes.
way. And also
Mm.
Libby is also a little bit different from their character. So
City
maybe
10
that's
is different.
yeah. So maybe that's what we're seeing. Maybe sort of like they need to grow into their roles a little bit more, or maybe put on that second skin talaga.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm very happy with the episode talaga. So I
Pero ano,
really
sino yung parang favorite nyo na character at the moment in this particular episode? Para
ako
lang
si
meron
Ali.
tayong sort of
Ooh.
Ako si Ali.
panicking din
Key.
ako. Yes. Key,
Ali
yes.
talaga.
O Lance,
Yun.
Biases
sinong
aside,
favorite?
si Ali.
Bias aside.
At least for this particular episode ha, kasi probably in the upcoming
Yeah.
episodes, mag-iiba tayo ng parang preference and choice. Yeah.
Kasi at the
Lance,
Libby pa
ikaw.
din. At the
At the Libby daw
Libby.
siya nga.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Yun.
Oy, may question talaga. Wait lang, may question talaga ako dito. Ayan o. Si Pietro,
Hi,
sabi niya,
mahal.
"Hi, mahal. Just got home from the gym and took the babies for a walk." Anong babies to? Pakisagot.
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas. 5 sila.
Oh my God. 5?
Grabe.
Yes.
God.
5.
Yes.
Ang inay
Si
bahay
Joe.
na.
Eh, maliliit pa sila.
High
Pero
maintenance.
pipi daw yung mga chihuahuas, mama. Joke lang. Joke lang. Oh,
Si mga
ayun,
names
si
nila si
Maya.
Pinky, Cinnamon. Cute naman names
Hi,
nila eh.
Maya. Hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya.
Ayan, Maya.
Wait, thank you for the spam ha. Masarap yan.
Yes.
Kailangan namin
Medyo
ng
na-
spam.
Naubusan na
Oh,
kami
yes.
niyan ngayon sa cabinet ba? So, kailangan yan.
You have the
Okay.
that 25% less sodium.
Uy, may question pala ako. So, medyo
Yes.
random lang. Isip ko lang ngayon. So, if you were to be locked down with any one character
Gusto ko yung mga ganyan.
in Boys Lockdown,
Pakinuman.
who will it be and why?
Hala.
One character from. Can you repeat that again? Sorry, it
Lahat.
became choppy.
Sige, go.
If you were to be locked down with one character from Boys Lockdown, who would it be and why?
Hala.
Like, all characters, all the characters,
Ala.
It's the pauses for me.
Okay, I can go first.
Okay, go.
Go.
I would probably say Ali because I already know him because there's this level of
Mhm.
confidence already because we're friends.
Mm-mm.
Ala, I had second thoughts, but I also want to be
Oh,
with
no!
a boy.
Hey, I was about to say that. boy. Mga
Mark, we're basing it on the character in the show, ha?
The characters.
Oh yeah, okay.
Heard natin yung
The,
perfect.
the characters in this, okay, sige. Sorry, Ali, I know we're friends, but I'll go for the security guard because I want to
Why are you
feel
gonna scare with
secure.
Nolan?
I want to feel secure. I want to feel that I'm safe. I want to feel that someone is taking care of me.
ang arte.
And we'll be reading him the books of romance together.
Oo!
Yeah,
Romance
there's so many
siya.
references.
Cool. How about you guys?
Ako sa tanong
Things
mo,
you want
Mikey,
to do.
ha?
Oo nga eh. And you're gonna be sharing the security guard with Nolan down there.
Naku, may mga kaagaw. Paano yan?
Uy, sige, ako I'll go next. I think I'll go with Key also, Ali King din. At least sa character niya. I felt like relatable siya sa akin. At least dun sa pinakita niya. Hindi kasi ako konyo eh. So, kahit magpakabalahura kaming ganyan, I think, alam mo yun, magka brain waves kaming ganon, di ba? Magdalgo na copy kami. Anong batihan pa yung ginagawa sa kape dyan, di ba? Laban. Oh. Ali King, yes. Key.
Okay. For me naman, it's Chen. Alec. Because I feel
okay.
na, alam mo yun, he's a good tropa, right? And I'll be entertained because he has this online platform, he does uptick, and I think that he just has a very good energy about him. So parang, alam mo yun, parang I need, like I mentioned earlier, I need that sort of energy around me so that I can get up and go, so I can continue exercising and all that good stuff, right? And, he has a pool, so
Yeah.
you guys know I love being near the water, so
Yeah.
Oh.
so
Skinny
Chen for
dipping,
me.
mama.
Mm.
Joke lang.
Just dipping. Dipping is fine.
Dipping.
I'm good with that.
Dipping is fine.
Double dip.
Yeah.
Double dip.
No.
Damn.
Anyway,
Peanut
Double
butter.
dipping, okay.
peanut butter, yes. Diba?
Okay,
With your pandesal.
peanut butter,
With your pandesal,
yeah.
with your brioche, right? With
Okay.
your whole wheat bread. Dip it in that peanut butter twice. Yes.
Mm-mm.
And spread it good.
Yeah. Sige, laban natin alas 10. Go.
Feel that crunch.
Kalat na, kalat.
Drink your water, bitch. No, what? What? What does that mean? I don't know. Wait, Lance, did you mention somebody already? Did you say?
Not yet. I'm still thinking kasi I like Pietro's comment. Pwede bang siya na lang?
What, aray? Oh,
yes.
Tama yun sa casting si
It has to be
Pietro.
It has to be from the characters on the show.
But it's gonna be from the characters. I'll go
You can pick
for...
Tita Julie.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why
Kamasaya yun.
not?
Right?
Yeah.
And then I'll go with Ate Libin na lang. So we can share the same pool. We could have the same house. Besides, I live with a woman like her anyway. So
So
I'm
ibig
gonna be
sabihin,
used to her.
Mikey, magkasama kayo ni Mikey niyan. Kasi gusto ni Mikey si Chen eh. Di ba?
Or we can divide the
Oh.
house. You guys.
Yeah. Tapos I babysit Laksa. I babysit the dog for a while. Oh, Mikey, the dog's yours now.
Oh my God, Laksa.
Ah,
Yes,
Diba?
yes, Laksa. Laksa as well. By the way, my second choice would be Tita Julie. I want to live in her apartment,
Kasi fun
wine,
lang,
Yeah.
no?
fun lang. Yes, I need that kind of energy actually. Yes, absolutely. All right, that's pretty cool. Any questions from the audience? Wow, may ganun. You want to ask us anything while we're still here up on the panel? Wow, celebrity.
Oh, Ange. Ange, question ka ba?
Ange, magpatanong ka naman dyan, mga...
Ano ka naman dyan, ma'am? Pahabain
Gusto
pa
ko yung
natin
mga,
to.
gusto ko yung mga pa-QA eksena natin. Gusto ko yung
Oo,
mga
di
ganun.
ba?
Kasi ano na eh.
Yun.
Kasi pageant season na, mama. October, November. Diyos
Oh,
ko.
wait, yes.
Yes,
I've
October 25.
Yes.
Yes!
already.
October
Right?
25, Miss Universe, Philippines.
Which network is gonna air it,
GMA.
GMA, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Sadly. Tsaka joke.
Shade.
If you wanna hop on here and talk to us,
Kung pwede naman.
we have questions.
I think you can subscribe to Ring Light for you to
Yeah.
like witness everything from interviews to prelims, alam, and then finals yata eh. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So, for,
They can subscribe to empire.ph.
There you go.
Wow.
Alam.
Alam
Ala.
din! So, hindi po namin sinasabi, no? Kami ni Mark talagang big fans kami ng beauty pageant. Kung alam nyo lang.
They are big fans.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, I watch it, yes. But
I
I'm
watch it, but I'm not a big
maybe not
fan.
as educated as the two of you.
Ito, mas educated.
Yeah.
Kumato again.
Oo. What year?
I-
Which country? Ganon.
Grabe
Oo.
yun, no?
Ayan.
I only used to watch it for the national costumes.
True!
Just curious how they're
Showcase yung
interpreted.
True. Ako rin. Oh, ano na, eksena natin.
Siguro I have another question.
Yes!
My God. So, if you had one of the people from Boys Lockdown here, what would you want to know? What would be your question for them?
One of them.
Malay mo, they might, for any one of them, yeah.
Mm.
You never know, they might be able to watch this and then they
The
can put it in the
Boys?
comments. Anyone from the Boys Lockdown cast. What would be your question for them?
Hala, ito, may question ako sa dalawa.
Kichen? Uh-huh. Go.
Oo, sa dalawa. Asan kayo sa spectrum? Charot, ang technical. How gender fluid can you get? Gusto ko makita kung asan kayo dun sa continuum.
Okay, I like that question. I like it. Based on their character, di ba? Wait, based on their character or nila?
And themselves as well.
Okay. Hey, actually, I was thinking about that one time because we were talking about the spectrum, right? And I think that's a very good question. We were talking about the spectrum one time, and then we said that there's straight, and then there's the LGBT community, right? And then the LGBT community is the spectrum. But I feel that it shouldn't be that. They shouldn't be separate.
Yeah.
I feel that there's one spectrum with straight here, and then others here. Or maybe straight even here, and then others here. Right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's...
Yes.
Straight is still sexuality. Straight is still gender expression, right?
True.
And there should be,
Yeah.
if we're talking about a spectrum, they're part of that spectrum. So why can't we have one spectrum where all sexualities, cisgender or otherwise, should be in that spectrum?
Right.
Yeah, and if you see the rainbow flag as well that they put, it's not divided into, it's a spectrum, so it's not divided into a clear divided color. So it's a gradients of different colors.
Gradient.
So sometimes it could be blurred. The lines could be blurred.
Ombre siyang ganun, no?
And then we have a lot of people saying, oh, I used to date girls, so I was straight. But now I'm into men. So I'm here, right? So I mean...
Yeah. So may pag-tip off ng ganun ang tao, it changes in time eh. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, through experience.
That goes through...
Brought by
that-
your experiences.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So, I don't know. How can we make that happen? Whoa. Tayo
Let's make it
talaga.
happen in BBS. Oo, tayo talaga. Alam mo, Dapat andito si Maya Juliano eh. Hindi pwedeng wala si
Pasok, Maya.
Maya, pasok na dito. Ibang usapan na to.
Wait,
Karapatan na natin
and
to,
Kahit
Maya.
hindi pa napapanood, okay lang.
wait, what is this comment from from Ange?
No, ano sabi ni Anne?
No, okay. Uli ka balbon. What is that? When did you say that?
I think
Okay, okay. No,
Ah.
never mind.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we got
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something just popped in my head. I got it. Okay.
Oh, wait, segue lang. Segue lang, wait lang. Na-excite ako bigla. Nolan is from South Africa. Yes!
Cape Town.
Yes.
South Africa is the biggest contender, I guess, in Miss Universe. I
For the
must
past
admit.
couple of years, right? They've
Yes!
been really,
Oh,
Yes.
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 Dark Horse, Miss South Africa. They're really good.
Surprise,
Yeah.
Kansas. Surprise, yeah. I don't know how you would term
Diba?
that. But sort of like,
Just I don't know if you guys what do you call this? You guys noticed, but we broke the record for Colombia, right? They were supposed to get
Yes.
the back to back, and then Pia won, and then we
Yes.
broke the record for South Africa
South
as well, because when they
Africa!
had, yeah, like when they had Demi, and then it was supposed to be Tamarin,
Right.
and then what? No,
Right.
Catriona won, and then after Catriona, it was also another South African.
mhm,
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see.
Right.
So Philippines
like-
is also a contender to beat. Hello. Diba?
yeah. Especially these days, women
I'm
are
really
more
hopeful for
empowered.
Thailand right now.
Yes, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And whatever is
Yeah.
going on there, I
Very
hope
pretty.
that
Yeah.
we'll be able to. Um, I don't even have the words to say, because I mean it's really just, it's very devastating actually, because we never thought that these things were happening, and now it's just coming to the forefront, and we're finding out these things about the government and the
Right,
king and
right.
all of that. Right, but apparently it's been an ongoing issue for them this whole time, and we haven't
Yeah.
seen it because we were focused on the BLs and their stories. But apparently, there's a lot of political issues in the underbelly. So,
And the crop
um,
tops as well.
correct, the crop tops and the poodles. So hopefully, um, they work things out. I don't know if there's a better term to
Mhm.
put it, but I'm hoping that there is some form of reform there. I'm hoping there's
Same.
reform, and I'm hoping that the government really goes back to their purpose, which is to serve the people
Mhm.
and to make changes, because it can't go on like this, diba? I mean, something
Right,
has to
yeah.
change, and I hope it changes from the top, because that's where things need to be changed. And I hope that no one else is harmed, that it's peaceful, and it happens soon. So there.
Yes. Oh, here's a comment from Pietro. I think this is pertaining to the sexuality continuum we were discussing a while ago.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, diba?
Yeah.
I guess that also comes from yun nga eh, because there is one spectrum for the straights, which is basically a dot, and then there's this whole spectrum for the LGBTQ community. That actually separates us from them, right? So we're treating them as others; they're treating us as others, diba? So I mean, the whole thing with labels is it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Basically, it
I
allows
know.
us to belong
Yeah.
to a group, but it also separates us from people who are not in the same group. So that's
Right.
why I feel na yun nga. Parang if there's just one spectrum, we're all part of the same spectrum, but then we are sort of like a part of this entire spectrum. And that's your part,
Yeah.
this is my part, but we're all here, di ba?
Mhm.
So I think that's
Yeah.
going to be very important as well.
Yeah, the spectrum of love. So love has different colors, different shades, different
True.
hues,
Iba yan eh.
Different expressions, different
different
languages.
expressions.
Expressions, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's make it happen, Charot.
Tao na ba? BBF will make it happen. Bakit?
Grabe, ang taas ng
Make it
expectation.
happen.
Uy, medyo
Grabe,
mataas
taas
yung
ang
ambisyon natin. Baka mapunta tayo sa Korte Suprema nito, mama. Makikipaglaban tayo doon.
Annalise
Papalitan
Keating,
ng
ikaw ba yan? Supreme Court? Yan ba talaga? Ganun level talaga tayo.
Oo.
Ayan.
We will
So,
we
ayun.
will win the Nobel Peace Prize for making it happen.
Yes.
Why not? Why
Grabe, iba
not?
na yung TBS. Diyos
Ayan, so ang
ko.
layo na ng narating natin, no?
I know.
Kanina, episode 1 na pinag-uusapan natin. Ayan.
Pero are
But,
we guys watching the next episode ba?
yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes, we are. For sure.
Supporting all the way.
We are going to be watching. And it is 6 episodes, so I'm excited for the upcoming episodes, how the story will pan out, what they're going to do in terms of maybe conflict or maybe even is there going to be conflict? Is there not going to be conflict? How big is the conflict? Is there going to be a factor? Are there going to be BL tropes? Are they going to be, parang
Yun nga eh.
throwing away those tropes, all those things. So I'm excited for the upcoming episodes.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect.
Anything else you want to add, guys?
Pero parang seeing more of Crystal siguro. Parang I've been watching her videos on
Yeah.
YouTube. Parang I want to see more of her siguro in the upcoming
Yeah.
episodes. I think she's an interesting character and actor as well. So
And she's
I want to see more.
very Kuela in person.
Oh no, grabe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Grabe. Parang almost babaeng bakla. And I mean that in the best way possible. It's her personality. You know, like she can be very cowboy. I mean, she can go along with any flow, I feel. Just to give an example, BBJ, who is one of the reactors, BBJ claimed her as her fiance, and Crystal was
Wow.
all like, "Yeah, come on, let's get married. I'm gonna see
Oh,
you
yeah,
in
I
her
saw
baby."
that.
Yeah. I remember
She's
that.
She's very outgoing, very extroverted, and I love that about her.
Ang
So
galing.
hopefully that
Which is gore.
comes through in her
Ang
character.
ganda niya, no?
She's very pretty, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do hope they sing too. I mean, in the
nga.
coming episodes, I hope they sing because I know they all
Yeah.
could sing. So let's see.
Si
And
Tito.
Crystal even calls herself Disney priest, Disney princess.
Princess.
Where is my English? Disney princess on the weekends, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she sings Little Mermaid or Princess
Little
Jasmine.
Mermaid. She even
Ariel
did even did it in costume.
Oo nga
Ariel.
eh.
She's so
Yes.
cute. And Titen, of course, theater.
Oh.
She sang
Yeah, the
in,
Rack of Ages.
she
Rack of
sang in one of the lives. Oh my God.
Grabe,
Yes! Ang ganda. Oh, Crystal. Crystal was also in Rack of Ages, right?
Talaga?
I know Titan was. I'm not sure with Crystal.
It was. Kasi Crystal,
Okay.
hindi ko sure.
One of them was in Rock Pages. I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. Sorry. But they sing really well. Period.
Yes.
Ayun.
Hi.
Anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
Natawa ako sa comment ni Pietro. Ganda love our tag hags.
Oh, hell
Yes!
yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're just very. I mean, the entire cast. They're just overall. I mean, you even see it in their tweets, the way they respond to each other, the way na sinasakyan nila yung mga trip ng
Kulit.
iba, di ba?
Yeah.
Ang kulit nila, ang saya lang talaga nila. So yeah,
Fun.
support.
Yes,
That's
yes,
it from
yes.
me, guys.
So I guess we're gonna be doing this every Sunday. Every after episode viewing or screening, a premiere. Tama ba? Yes.
Hopefully, the rest of our squad will be able to join us.
Yes.
Okay. Oo nga eh. Yes.
All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe, tweet, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's Bruja.
E-squad. Medyo nawala sila.
Yan.
Is it me? Ako ba yung nawala? Oh my God.
Si Lance yata. Oo. Kasi I can
Okay,
hear
so
you.
follow, like, subscribe, share, comment, and if you have any suggestions on what we can do, what we discuss, and if you want to weigh in as well, and go ahead and talk to us. So Bruja Hobby Squad on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and we hope to see you in the next one. So from us, for now, it is good night, and see you in the next one, guys.
Yay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. Zoom Hotel, thank you very much. Bye. Woo.
Bye, Ali. Thank you.
Wait, thank you, Ali, for dropping by. Nolan, Pietro, Will, everyone. Nathaniel, Nate, Keel, Michelle. We're still live. Darren, Sir Will,
We're
Capono.
still live, right?
We're still live.
Nag-end
Okay,
talaga
I'm gonna
live.
keep going.